Oh my God, guys. I've been talking like crazy for the past 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I thought that I turned on the mic. I was thinking, why is nobody responding? Because I've been saying, who was the person who went to the concert? I was saying, that's awesome that you went to the concert. I saw many clips and it seemed very fun. Oh my God, I was talking like crazy. I forgot to turn on the mic. And Marcos, I noticed that you were the first one to comment. So, hi. Can everyone let me know if the volume is okay? I can't believe I didn't turn on the mic because I was talking, I was asking you guys, please say yes if the volume is okay. And nobody was saying yes. So I was like, are people ignoring? Like, that was funny. Volume is great. Okay, perfect. Because last time it was a little low. So hopefully now it's okay. I can't believe that I've been talking for the first 2 minutes to nobody. But a blooper, yes. No, Celine. Honestly, I've been feeling the same, and it has to do with the channel. This has not been the best day ever, and I am going to talk about it. But you guys let me know if you want to talk. I have two topics today. So we're going to talk about the news about Hype becoming part of the world's big four. And the other topic is about the project that we talked about on Monday and that I started on April 1st. So, what do you guys want to talk about first? Are we all collectively having a bad day? You know what? I have a theory, and we talked about this with my sister here on one of the streams that sometimes it's not just our bad day, it's the environment, not the environment, but the energy in the world. There are days that are better than others. And today, the past 24 hours have just not been good to me. I don't know. And I'm seeing the comments that some of you guys felt that as well. So I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, I saw some armies who were at the concert, J Hope's concert. So that's amazing. So people say big four. Okay, let's talk about first the big four, and then we're going to talk about the project. Mm, is everyone, if everybody's having a bad day, then improve the mood with BTS conquering the universe. Exactly. So that's why I said I'm going to forget about my day and I'm just going to focus on the good news and start the live stream. I have a good day. That's awesome. I know a lot of people are having a good day. Also, J Hope had his concert and he went live and it was awesome. So let's start with the good news. So let me share my screen. So, okay, the first slide looks kind of terrifying, but it's not. um, so, um, the question that we've been having as a fandom for years is why does the music industry hate BTS? And I even made an entire video about it, of course, why the music industry is terrified of BTS, because we can see, we notice as a fandom that BTS is being sabotaged. We all know it. Like, it's redundant at this point. We see it. The rules change every time that BTS achieves something. The industry is scared, but we didn't really know. Could we could have theories of why the music industry was so terrified of BTS, but now we have a real answer. It's a concrete answer. So back in 2022, Times Magazine included Hybe in one of the 100 most influential companies. Do you guys remember this? Because when this happened, I remember that it was kind of not controversial, but it was talked about how in the cover of the magazine, not only the CEO is here, so not only Bang PD, but also BTS. And it says here, South Korea's Hybe is reinventing the music business with a little help from BTS. And a lot of our some armies had some trouble with this phrase, but I believe I took it as actually it's not just a little help from BTS. We are making a distinction here that it is not a little help from BTS. It's mainly entirely because of BTS. So South Korea's Hybe is reinventing the music business because of BTS, thanks to BTS. That sarcastic, yeah, maybe kind of sarcastic. Like it's some kind of you can see here that the industry, that Hybe is not just Bang PD. Saying that Hybe achieved this with just a little bit of help from BTS, to me, I perceived it in a good way that BTS is doing everything. Yes, because of BTS, basically. Um, so this was in 2022. We didn't have anything concrete. Like we knew because as armies, we noticed the cultural impact that BTS has as a band, that BTS has as a group, as a musical act. We notice it, we feel it, we see certain records, and we make some connections. However, now we see 3 years after, this was in 2022, now it's 2025. We know exactly why not only South Korea is so scared of BTS, but also the world's music industry is scared of BTS. So this just came out yesterday. It says, Hybe, the music company developed alongside BTS, listen, alongside BTS, and founded by Ma Hyuk, has risen to become the fourth largest company in global music industry by market capitalization, trailing behind Universal Music Group, Sony Music Entertainment, and Warner Music Group, largely due to BTS's success. So, guys, this is crazy. When I kind of had not suspicions, but I kind of felt like this was happening already, but now it's basically confirmed. BTS specifically, they made Hybe so big, even while on hiatus, guys. While on hiatus, BTS made Hybe so big, and of course, alongside the other acts in Hybe, they made Hybe so big that now they are number 4 in the world. Forget about K-pop. We're talking about the world here. This is really huge. So for armies who maybe are baby armies, I know there are a lot of people here in this comment section because I see people all the time commenting this. There are a lot of armies who became armies during hiatus. So 2021, no, sorry. So 2022, 2023, or 2024, maybe even 2025. I don't know. Let's put this into context. So many years ago, since forever, the big 3 companies in South Korea when it comes to music, to the entertainment industry in South Korea, have always been JYP Entertainment, YG Entertainment, and SM Entertainment. Then there's medium labels, and then there's the very small labels. BTS was part of Big Hit, so this one right here, and it was a very small label. When they started recruiting BTS and training them, they were bankrupt. So they were basically close to bankruptcy. And then they made BTS debut. And a lot of the other artists that were part of Hybe, they basically said, I'm leaving because this is such a small label. So basically everyone left except for BTS and Ehyun. It was a fetus label. Yeah, it was very small. And they tried creating different groups, many groups actually. And because they didn't have enough money, they created these groups with help from other companies. They created groups with Source Music. They created groups with JYP, and even with the help and everything, people stopped their contracts with Hive. They broke their contracts. Basically, every single artist except for BTS and Ihyung, which is crazy. Yes, people are talking about that girl group. Um, so this is BTS's beginnings. Very, very small. When they were training, the company was going bankrupt, basically. So that's how they started. And then, of course, BTS became so, so big that they created Hive. So we have to make a distinction for new armies because I know there are a lot of people who get confused. BTS is part of Hype, but their label is still Big Hit. So before it used to be Big Hit Entertainment, now it's called Big Hit Labels. And Big Hit Labels is under Hype. And BTS is managed independently. The other labels are not actually. Big Hit is the only company that is the only label that is managed independently. This is good for BTS because they can basically do whatever they want inside their own label. But still, BTS by themselves made Hype a thing. They created Hype, they made it this big. And a lot of K-pop stands started talking about the big four of K-pop, because Hype started becoming so, so big. But with time, Hype surpassed the big three. So much so that you can combine the numbers from JYP, YG, and SM, add them all together, and they will still not surpass Hype. So let's say that this is never going to happen, but even if JYP, um, YG, and SM all become one big company, Hype is still bigger. That's how big they are. So that was the reason why a lot of people started considering Hive as the big four. I knew always that this was ridiculous because Hive is bigger than the big three. There's no big four. There's one big company and then there's the others. So JYP, YG, and SM. That's power, exactly. Hive is actually the big one. Yes, I do believe that. And it is the truth. Now, this is so so big that Hype became so so big that they not only surpassed the big three companies in K-pop, but now they are competing. Basically, they are number four in the world. So in the world, the biggest music companies are American. So it's Sony Music at number one, Universal Music Group, which is number two, and Warner Music, which is number three. So Hype now is number four, which is crazy because it's number four in the world, not just in South Korea. Forget about South Korea, forget about K pop labels. Hype is now number four in the world after Warner. And I fear for Warner because look at these numbers. So these are largest entertainment companies by market capitalization. So Sony is at number one with 153 billion. UMG is at number two with 50.7 billion. And Warner is at number three with 16.42 billion. And then we have Hybe at number four with 6.63 billion. Now, this it's true that Hype is not really that close to Warner. Um, there's a big difference there. However, they achieved this with BTS in the military. With BTS's comeback, can you imagine? Like, I fear for Warner a little because um, is the audio wrong? Is everything okay with the audio? Imagine when BTS comes back. Yes, exactly. Because these are numbers. And we have to remember that BTS has been hasn't released anything in 3 years. Oh, maybe there was the audio lags a bit. That's weird. But a lot of people say yes, audio good. The audio is lagging a little. Hopefully it's okay now. It was lagging 2 times, but it is good in general. Okay, maybe there was a problem. I don't know why. You are fine. It cuts a little bit. Audio is fine. It glitched. Okay, that's weird. Okay, so let's continue because people say that the audio is back. Maybe it was lagging and it stopped. So, okay. So back to this. Hive is number 4. And right now we see that it's not like really close to number 3. It's not really close to Warner. But once again, BTS has not released anything in 3 years. Um, and they made this happen. So when BTS has their comeback as a group, can you imagine how much this is going to how big this is going to get? It's going to be crazy. If BTS does an extensive world tour like Taylor and Coldplay, they will surpass, no doubt. Yes, that would depend on what BTS decides to do. If we had different leadership, I think BTS would have the best and biggest return and launch for 2026. I don't know what kind of different leadership, but we are going to talk about Hype's CEO in a minute. But like Sony, UMG, and Warner have so many legendary artists, while Hype only has BTS as legendary artists. That is what is so scary for the industry because you're 100% right. Sony, UMG, and Warner are huge. They've always been the biggest, the big three of the world. However, like you said, they have all of these acts. They have the biggest in the world. Um, they have basically every single popular artist that you can think of. Hive only has BTS and the K-pop groups that we know. Now they have bought a hip hop label in America, a country label in America. They are launching Hive Latin America. They have Hive Japan, and I don't know what else they're going to do. They launched a global girl group also with America. So they have different acts, but at the end of the day, you are right. BTS is number one. BTS is carrying these numbers, basically. That is how powerful BTS is. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Imagine little boys from Korea did that. Yes, it is crazy. BTS might have such a big cultural and global impact that just by themselves during the hiatus, they were able to make Hype the top 4 company in the world. That is just insane. Yes, it is crazy. Warner's has plans for layoffs. Ooh, so it doesn't look good for Warner. But yeah. Okay, so this is when it comes to music, the music industry, in the world basically. But in general, in South Korea, these are the largest South Korean companies by market capitalization. Now, this is very important to also talk about because a lot of the smear campaigns and a lot of the what's it called, the sabotage by the South Korean entertainment industry is not just from these 3 small companies right here, because now Hype is bigger. Um, when it comes to Korean companies in general, number 1 is Kakao with 7 billion. Number 2 is LG with 6 billion. Number 3 is Hype with 6 billion. And then we have instead of the big 3, we have the medium 3, which are SM, JYP, and YG. So we have to remember, like, yes, a lot of the smear campaigns may come from SM, JYP, and YG. However, we need to remember as well that this happened. So, do you guys remember in 2020? This was 2023 or 2024? I don't even remember. I think it was 2023. So, in 2023, um, Hype wanted to buy SM, and the battle was between Hype and Kakao Entertainment, which again, Kakao is number 1, LG number 2, Hype number 3. So can you imagine this big battle against again, this big battle between Hybe and Kakao for SM, because if Hybe bought SM, Kakao is over, as you can see here. If Hybe really bought a lot of, it wouldn't have, they wouldn't have really buy the entire company, but a big part of it. So that's why Kakao was so scared. Hybe is easily surpassing Kakao by 2026, easily. I think so too. But let's remember also that this is 2023 when the battle happened. So I found this thread, which was very interesting. I took a lot of information from here. Blue Denise on Twitter, she says, or they say, so I do want you guys to look back to 2023, how and why Kakao risked everything to not buy Hybe, to not let Hybe buy SM, got their CEO jailed for it, even, and why 2024 attacks happen and is still happening online. Now, I kind of read about this, but I don't understand why this wasn't bigger on online. I didn't see this in many places like TikTok. Like, I don't know why people were not talking as much about this. So this was huge. I had to look it up. It says Korea tech tycoon charged in K-pop share rigging case. You have to listen to this guy, because when I read this, I was like, this was way bigger than I thought. And it has to do something with Hybe. It says Kakao executives led by Mr. Kim have been accused of buying large amounts of shares in K-pop agency SM Entertainment to inflate its stock price and undermine a competing offer to take over the company. Mr. Kim, who founded the internet giant Kakao, has been in detention since being arrested just over 2 weeks ago. In a statement around the time of his arrest, Kakao said Mr. Kim did not order or tolerate any illegal activity. The Seoul Southern District Prosecutor's Office indicted Mr. Kim on allegations that he broke financial market rules. The trial date will be set at a larger stage, according to local reports. The charges are related to a bidding war that came ahead of Kakao buying a controlling stake in K-pop agency SM Entertainment of almost 40% in March last year. Prosecutors allege Mr. Kim was involved in a 4-day buying spree of SM Entertainment shares aimed to push its store market valuation beyond the reach of a rival bidder, Hybe, the agency behind BTS superstars, the agency behind K-pop superstars BTS. So, do you guys understand what this means? Kakao, as you can see here, Kakao was so desperate with the thought of Hybe buying SM, because they would easily surpass them in 2023. If Hybe really was able to buy SM back then, Kakao would be over. So they were so desperate that they did illegal activities to not let Hybe buy SM. So the CEO went to jail just so so Hybe didn't do this, which is crazy. Okay, so what is this telenovela? Okay, again, because I'm seeing Marcos didn't understand. So back in 2023, Hybe and Kakao were fighting for SM. Kakao was really desperate that they really wanted for Hybe to not buy SM. They were scared of Hybe buying SM. So much so that they did illegal activities just so Hybe doesn't buy SM, basically. It says here, the charges are related to the CEO of Kakao went to jail. The charges are related to a bidding war that came ahead of Kakao buying a controlling stake in K-pop agency SM Entertainment of almost 40% in March last year. This is just like K-dramas. Yes, it kind of is. Big three have never wanted BTS to win. Yes, but what's crazy is that it's not just SM, it's not just the big three. It's also Kakao, because as you can see here, Kakao is number one. LG is number two, Hybe is number three. And if Hybe really was successful at buying SM, then it was really over for Kakao, especially back in 2023. So Kakao was so desperate, and now the CEO has been charged because of his tactics. According to the BBC, I'm not saying anything. This is according to the BBC. So that's how much of a threat BTS is, not just to the big three. Forget the big three. This is how much of a threat BTS is to Kakao. Kakao was desperate, and I believe they still are. So a lot of the what's it called? The smear campaigns. A lot of the smear campaigns that are against BTS, yes, they may start because of Min Hee-jin or maybe because of SM, who knows? But they are reinforced by, allegedly, by Kakao and other companies. Like the entire industry benefits from BTS not being number one. It's not just the big three, it's also Kakao. Why can they let them be successful in peace and congratulate them for their achievements instead? Yeah, I mean, it's all company stuff, so they would never. So, Hype is now part of the big four. What does this mean for BTS? So, I did see some, not complaints, but worrying comments. People being worried, armies being worried for BTS because now BTS is so big with the big four. Um, and the reason why they were a little worried was because what does this mean for them? That BTS will continue being attacked and the smear campaigns will definitely continue. If BTS, because they're the biggest group, they're the biggest force in Hype, um, they were not number one and they will still getting so many smear campaigns. Imagine now that they are the biggest in the world. They are definitely going to receive some smear campaigns, attacks, defamatory articles. So that is what some armies are afraid of. And I definitely understand that fear as well. Now, in a more positive note, some other armies say that this is good news because BTS are shareholders instead of employees. So they receive more percent of the profits. This is because a lot of people said, what is really the best option for BTS? So BTS had different options. Some people wanted them to have their own company, their own, basically a small company, because they would start from zero. Even though they have a lot of money, they would start with people who they don't know. They would have to hire a lot of people and they would start their own, basically a small company from zero. That's one option. Another option is for them to sign with an American label, so Sony, UMG, or Warner. And a lot of people also pointed out that it is tricky when it comes to BTS signing to one of these three because these three labels will they don't care if BTS are big, they will receive most of the money. So BTS will make a lot of money because of their music and their tours and everything. And a big chunk of that money, the majority actually, will go to the company, not to BTS. Now, because BTS are part of Hype, the good thing is that they are not just shareholders. Like that helps a lot. The success of Hype helps BTS. The success of Hype is the success of BTS. Not just because of BTS, but because if the other groups succeed, BTS also gets a part of that. They are shareholders. But not only that, um, no, it didn't work out for MJ or Prince with Sony. Yeah. Why would they do that? Exactly. I don't think that would be the best option for them. At least, no. But there's actually nothing to be afraid of because most of the hate campaign comes from K-media consumed by K-pop stans know globally because BTS majority of fans are global, not even Korean. Yes, but I definitely agree with you. However, I don't want to completely say that that armies who are a little bit more afraid of the attacks are completely invalid. Their fears are completely invalid. I think they are valid because now Hive is going to go against the big three of the world. So, yes, maybe the world will not care about these weird tactics and smear campaigns by Korea's big three. But what is Sony, UMG, and Warner going to do against Hive if they're going to do anything at all? We don't know that. And it is an unknown territory a little bit. Wait, you're not talking about only entertainment, right? No. So when it comes to the big three of the world, it is about entertainment. But when it comes to the big in general in South Korea, here. This is just from South Korea, largest South Korean companies by market capitalization. It doesn't matter if they are entertainment or not. These are just the largest South Korean companies. When it comes to entertainment, yes, um, when it comes to entertainment, BTS or Hybe is now part of the big three. Is next to the big three of the world. This has always been unknown territory for BTS. Yes, that is true. That is true. BTS has that is the negative side of being the first to change the industry. To BTS are the first Asian group to succeed in America and sold out stadiums around the world. Like it's so much pressure because they're the first are doing all of this. So yes, it's unknown territory. Like BTS has said it many times. They sometimes feel scared because they don't have seniors to ask for advice. So not even Psy, because Psy he was invited to the American music industry as a guest and for a very short period of time, and he didn't have like a long lasting career, like a real career in America, unfortunately. So not even Psy could be like a mentor for BTS because he didn't really know what BTS was going through. What about Samsung and Hyundai? I'm not sure because I was also thinking of that. Maybe it's not as narrow as I'm sorry, it's narrower than um because it's not included Samsung and Hyundai. That argument never dies, I'm afraid. Yes. Warner is already trying to poach Korean groups. Yes. So that's the other thing. These big three have been trying and succeeding at signing different K-pop groups, different K-pop acts. So yes, so the positive thing, like I was saying, is that BTS are shareholders instead of employees of the big three of the world. So they are not employees to Sony, UMG, or Warner. They have more voice in Hive. Also, the other good thing is that since Hive depends on BTS, BTS members have the last word. So we all know that Hive is where it is because of BTS. This is BTS's company. That's why I mentioned at the beginning um, this cover, this magazine cover, because I do see it as Hive is doing all of this with a little help from BTS, but the majority of the numbers, if not like all the numbers and successes from Hive, are because of BTS, are BTS's achievements. So they are saying basically, um, Hive is Hive because of BTS. Major help from BTS, exactly. I believe they were trying to be a little clever with the title, and I understood it. I understood what they were trying to say. So, so since Hive depends on BTS, the BTS members have the last word on their own projects. They wouldn't have this opportunity really, this freedom, these artistic liberties, if they signed to Sony, UMG, or Warner. If they had their own company, they would definitely have also the last word. They would have a lot of artistic liberties. However, they wouldn't have really any power because um, like I said, BTS would have to start everything from zero when they already did this with Hive. BTS would have to hire. Can you imagine hire new CEOs, or maybe if they are their own CEO, they had to hire, um, start everything from zero. Try to look venues for themselves and looking for everything from makeup artists to choreographers and to everything. They would have to do everything by themselves. Um, so it would be crazy. I think the best option and the option that they decide in the end was staying at Big Hit. Not even if they had a publishing deal like Taylor has at UMG. So that's the other thing. BTS has a deal to, what's it called, to have their albums not shared, their albums delivered. I don't know what's the word in the United States. However, the big three of the world of the United States always wanted more, I feel like, and that's why they don't really treat BTS's album sales seriously. Distribution, yes, that's the word. So BTS has a distribution deal with Geffen Records. Geffen Records is, I believe, UMG. However, or is it Sony? I forgot. Does anyone know? Because it's definitely not Warner. Geffen Records is under UMG. Yes. So maybe I feel like I've always felt like Geffen Records is trying with BTS to distribute their albums as the agreement says. But because BTS are not full on artists from their company, they are not signed to Geffen Records. BTS is not signed to Geffen Records. Um, BTS just has a distribution deal with Geffen Records. So promote their albums. Yes. At the end of the day, I trust BTS and they are the fifth largest, highest shareholders of Hybe. So they have a set to vote. Supposedly each member have more shares than any subsidiary CEO in Hybe. Yes, that is also truth. So Hybe America exists, so why the distribution deal? Because I believe Hybe America, just like Big Head, it's mostly about the creative side of it. Um, I'm not sure. This is just me having a guess, but I really doubt that um, Cat's Eye is doing like the distribution by themselves. I believe that they also have an agreement because for a company to do everything, it's crazy. Like in the United States, most artists are signed to different labels because one label is in charge of management and another label is in charge of the distribution of their albums and another label is in charge of their creative production and all of that. So they are signed to a bunch of different companies. So another point is, of course, more artistic liberties, like I mentioned. Um, Hype depends so much on BTS that if BTS says something and Hype says, "Please don't do this, please don't do this, do this," um, and BTS says, "No, I'm still going to do it," Hype would be like, "Okay, go ahead and do it." Like you have the last word, basically. And lastly, that's why I mentioned hype rules don't really fully apply to BTS. Um, BTS has a lot of power just because they are the biggest artists in hype. And I'm sure with this third contract, BTS has been really, really careful that um, that they have power, that they have the last say in their creative um, projects and all of that. They abide by the rules because they want to, in my opinion. I think so too. Because genuinely, who said Jin shit entertainment? Genuinely, if I believe that if they wanted to, BTS would just, if they don't want to follow a certain rule, if they don't want to do one certain thing, they're just not going to do it. Like, especially considering that BTS has been talking about this third contract with Hype for a long time. It took them months to really specify everything in the contract. And also remember that it took them months and the third contract hasn't even started. We're still in the second contract and BTS already feels like they are directing their own musical career. So imagine with the third contract, even more liberties, even more creative liberties. BTS will have the last word, but will go through legal before any action taken. Yeah, so BTS definitely has a lot of they're very careful with that. That's why it takes them so long and they do it. It takes them so long to read those contracts and really specify what they want on those contracts. But also they have the agreements for the contracts years before it starts. Because I remember that recently a couple of groups actually they were basically news about different groups still debating whether or not to sign with their label, with the same K-pop label that they were part of. Not just one. I'm not thinking of one group. I'm actually thinking of three different groups. So three different big groups were debating their second contract, their contract renewals, and they were debating their contract renewals once the contract, their past contract, was already ending. So it was a little scarier. Um, as a fan, in my opinion. Not that I'm a fan of them, but I could see that a lot of fans were worried because the contract was ending and what was the future for their favorite artist. But when it comes to BTS debates those contracts years before. So, do you guys remember when they signed the 2025 contract? I believe it was 2023, I believe. Or was it 2022? I think it was 2023, but I'm not sure though. Because J-Hope was in the military. So it's definitely 2023. Yes. So Yoongiri, I love your name. Um, you say that it won't happen, especially after that situation. Any new groups entering Hype will have strict rules. So I don't know about the rules for the rest of them. Um, I'm focusing more on BTS, how these rules apply to BTS. BTS is the leading group by far, and not just the leading group, but BTS created that company. Without BTS, that company would never be where they are. They would simply, I believe that they would have disappeared. Like without BTS, Big Hit would disappear and Hype wouldn't even exist. So they should do a monument of BTS at this point. I mean, that would be very funny. It's crazy that even with that in mind, people still think the guys are babies controlled by their company. Like, no, they've always been a different case. Yes. And I also understand the fear because sometimes it's true that sometimes it's paranoia and people thinking that BTS are being controlled. Sometimes it really comes from a nice place from armies. Certain armies, maybe they are baby armies, maybe they are too scared of everything. I don't know. Maybe they fear for BTS's safety and they want the best for BTS. So I don't want to blame all the armies who are scared. However, like you said, BTS is the first at doing all of these things. So it is an unknown territory for them. BTS has gone through more unknown territories than any other artist in the K-pop industry. So I don't want BTS to have any to me. They have the K-pop mentality of thinking all the groups are controlled by their agencies. Yes. And I'm trying to be sympathetic or empathetic because it is true. Like this happens so many times. But at this point, if you're still doubting BTS, it's a little much because the BTS members themselves keep saying like please, you need to trust what we're doing. What we say, it's what is happening. It's you don't have to read in between the lines. It's exactly what it is. So another news that I also think it's kind of related to this is what Hype CEO said via Korean media. Um, so he said BTS members will return after completing their military service and they will need time to prepare. We are preparing by discussing with top tier composers, but the artists need to think carefully and prepare. Usually, we work on a song, release an album, and then go on tour. But since BTS has already risen to become top global artists, we're continuing to discuss their vision and next. So we need to think about the direction of this and align it with them. So what I get from this, because people sometimes, I love you guys, but at the same time, sometimes you think of the worst every single time. Every every single news, a small statement, anything that happens when it comes to BTS is like terrifying. Like every single thing, you have to think the worst of everything. And I feel like this statement is okay because first of all, Hybe CEO has to make a statement because I believe this was a specific question asked. He didn't mention BTS at all. It seemed like he didn't want to mention BTS's comeback at all, but he was asked. So he simply said the basic stuff, which is BTS is definitely preparing. They are talking to top tier composers. However, BTS is not your regular group. He's saying right here, you have to read again. Um, he says, usually we work on a song, release an album, and then go on tour. But since BTS has already risen to become top global artists, we're continuing to discuss their vision. So he's basically saying exactly about the hype rules that we were talking about. By hype rules, by the music industry rules, if you're a normal artist, what do? You make a song, you work on a song, you release an album, and then tour. Song, album, tour. Song, album, tour. However, BTS is not your regular artist. Like at this point, at this point, why would you expect like the normal process that every single artist goes through. A lot of people are asking to make this a video. I didn't want to because I'm working on so many videos at the time, but okay, I'm going to make this a video, maybe a short one about everything. So so what I was saying is that the Hype CEO was basically saying everyone, audiences, shareholders, everyone expecting something from BTS, stop doing that because BTS is not your regular group. BTS is not your regular artist. Every single artist, what do? They make a song, they make an album, tour. That's it. But BTS maybe they will do something completely different. First of all, they need to have time to prepare for their project. That's number one. Number two, maybe it's a project that's completely different. What if it's not a song, then album, then tour? What if it's a tour, then song, then album? Like, who knows? BTS are groundbreakers. They don't follow the rules. And Hype CEO is basically saying that. Um, Hype CEO is basically saying that BTS is too different. BTS will have their own journey in the music industry. So first of all, they need time. And second of all, don't expect the regular, what you would expect. Just don't expect anything, actually. That's what I'm thinking of. Um, I just want BTS reunited and that's it. Like they can take time, they can work on an album or just go on tour or do whatever they want to do. It's going to work out because it's BTS. And that's all Hype CEO is saying. But the headlines are always catastrophic. It's always BTS is postponing everything. It's like, no, Hive CEO has to give an answer to all of these questions by the journalists. Hive CEO never brought up BTS. He was asked about BTS, and of course, he's not going to say no comment. He has to let everyone know that don't worry, BTS is going to have a reunion. It's just that they need time and don't expect them to do the normal thing, song, album, tour. BTS is a groundbreaking group. They do things differently whenever they want to, especially now. This is their third contract. So he didn't want to talk on the topic because, like I said, they are masters of their own destiny, so they will decide when and what to do. That's what I think as well. The headlines are trying to get the public stay off their channels. Correct, the headlines are pushing for tour and album, and June isn't here yet. Yes, so maybe we don't really know. Like BTS has mentioned the most beautiful moment in life project so many times. So what if it's not your regular album with a single and then promotions? What if it's a special project and then they start something else? I don't know. That's the thing. We don't know. And we just need to wait and see what happens. But what I take from this statement is that um, we shouldn't expect the normal song album tour. It's going to be something different, probably. And if it's the same, it's okay. Like they can do whatever they want. This statement is not a big of a deal. He has to give an answer, and this is the most basic answer ever. And it's fine. If it bleeds, it leads. Journalists look for shocking stories. Definitely. And it's a little bit annoying because sometimes it's not just journalists. Like, yes, it is journalists, but at first, this statement came out, and I saw a lot of army accounts sharing this statement. And until then, there was nothing like crazy about it, about this statement, because it's a regular, normal statement about BTS's comeback. It's fine. But I saw some armies, like regular armies, being a little paranoid. And I saw a lot of, I don't know, I feel like armies are tense all the time right now. Like, oh, what is going to happen? When at this point, I don't understand why you keep being worried about BTS's comeback. It's going to happen. Stop thinking of when it's going to happen. Like this, that is BTS's um business. Like they decide that. At this point, I just want them home no matter what they do. Exactly, because let's remember that BTS has gone through months before of not releasing anything. Um and still, even when they release nothing and when they are on vacation, they still have some presence on social media, or they share pictures of them all together. Um I don't know, like having lunch, or maybe they go online and they go live on Weavers. And even if they don't make music for an entire year, which is not going to happen, but let's just say it happens, it's fine because they're going to be here as a 7 member group. It's going to be fun. Our job is to be free from the K-pop mentality. Just think of them as a Western artist in terms of freedom and artistry. Yes, so artistically, of course, BTS is BTS, and BTS has does things their own way. BTS has never really followed the K-pop um, artistic road and the Western artistic road. BTS has always done their own thing artistically. But when it comes to, like you said, what did you say? Like freedom and yes, like basically making their own artistic decisions. Yes, we need to leave K-pop behind because that is of the past now. Their framework. Yes. Bora, did you thought about making a video dedicated to new armies about armies' way of doing things? Yes, I'm doing a little guide for baby armies mostly, but it's for all armies really. To remember the rules and the guides how we do things. BTS are just a global group for me, unlike anyone else. Yes, I agree with that. They are not Western artists. Why would they? Why would you ever want that? I don't think anyone wants that. And the comment that I read, they said very clearly that it's not that BTS are like or they want to be like Western artists. Um, I don't think they were talking about that. It was more about how we need to leave K-pop behind because in K-pop, like as much as we hate to admit it, it's true. Like K-pop artists don't have the same liberties that artistic liberties that BTS has. So many K-pop artists, the majority of groups don't even choose their own songs. That is a fact that they mention. Um, so it's not just that they don't write their songs; it's that they don't choose their songs. And BTS has never done that. That's why the distinction with the comparison with Western artists starts. But it's really not that BTS wants to be like Western artists. It's that it's not like K-pop. Bora, refresh my memory. Will BTS be home for the 13th of June? So, not really. Yoongi will be out of the military, will be discharged. I believe 10 days or something, like 10 days after the rest of the members. And that is after June 13th. So, no, unfortunately, they will not be in the actual date, yeah, June 13th. No, June 21st. So, June 21st is really the reunion. And I'm sure that they're not going to celebrate as six. They will wait for Yoongi, especially something as important as Festa. Maybe they will reunite, but I don't know. That's why my countdown that I have on Fridays, um, If you guys don't know, I also go live on Fridays with my sister, and we have a countdown for BTS reunion. That countdown is not for the majority of the members to be discharged from the military. That countdown is for the reunion, which is June 21st. So I found BTS relatively recently, and I had to learn so much about the K-pop industry and how it works. There's so many small things that only happen in that industry. Maybe a crash course on how of the industry, of the K-pop industry. Hmm. Let me think about what I can do about that, because yeah, most of my guides and videos is me trying to explain that K-pop sometimes, most of the times, works a certain way, and BTS has always chosen to not go that path. And that's why they became so big in America and in the Western music industry and in the world. So reunion means seven together again. Exactly. That's why it's my countdown is for the OT7 reunion, not when the other four members? Yeah, when the other four members are discharged. But the seven of them, when they are reunited as seven. So that is all when it comes to this topic. But I have another one about the what we talked about last stream. Um Frankie says, side topic, I was reading comments on their latest UK charts about UK chart rules, meaning new releases are getting blocked and then after 10 weeks pushed down. I am going to be completely honest. I always kind of know about BTS's achievements on the UK charts, but I have no idea how they work. Like, I just I'm trying to learn and keep up with all the rules and changes of rules of the US charts. I have no idea of the UK charts. I have no idea. I just know that BTS gets some certifications in the UK, but I would have to look that up. If I download a BTS song on Spotify, does it count as streaming? Yes. It does. And also, if you don't have internet and listen to Spotify to your downloaded songs, they also count. Once you connect to the internet, they all count. But you can listen to songs on Spotify. Um, if you have the songs downloaded or not, it's fine. Bora, have you seen Hobby enter the Billboard charts? Yes, most of those conversations we have on Fridays. Wait, they count? Yes, but only on Spotify. Because if you buy the song, um, I believe that's another process that you have to go through. You don't have to save the song, just listen to it. Like you have to buy the song and then don't download it or something like that. It's different when it comes to iTunes and Apple Music. But on Spotify, yes, you can totally download the song. I saw Baby Army ask what Festa is. Can you explain it a bit? Do you see it here? So, if the army asking that is on this chat, Festa is BTS's celebration. It's during the entire month of June, usually, for their anniversary, their celebration for their anniversary. And they usually released a bunch of different um, old videos and projects. Sometimes they do musters like concerts, special concerts, and they release a lot of videos and dance practices, and it's very, very fun. It's for their anniversary in June. It's an anniversary party. Yes, basically. We need to study. We need to study the big three. My voice is gone already. It's only been an hour. We need to study the big three of the West now to see what challenges BTS can face. Yes, I believe. Oh my god, my voice. Sometimes I don't notice how sick I am because I don't speak in the mornings um, until I start speaking on the lives, and I'm like, I am sick. Drink water. Yes, I'm going to drink water. Wait a second. Okay, I think I'm better now. I feel better now. Warm water, warm water may help definitely. I'm drinking just from a bottle of water. Um, but I'm going to make some tea later. So, tea with honey and lemon, definitely. And I actually love it. So, okay, so I also wanted to talk about um the conversation we had on Wednesday, I'm sorry, on Monday, because something always happens, right? So, if you guys don't know, on Monday, I had a little extra time. I was not planning on doing anything. I just had a little extra time to stay here during the live streams on Monday. So we started talking about doing some kind of project for basically the most, not the most important, but the songs that should be priority. And I have a lot of notes about how it went for the first day. Emergency, yes. So the emergency songs. So the first thing I did during this live stream was writing down. Is this here? Wait a second. Yes. So the first thing that I was thinking of course, is including Mona Lisa and Sweet Dreams. That was the first thing that came to mind. I was just thinking, and I asked you guys, I asked everyone on the chat if there's any other. I know that there are many, many goals that, and we want to achieve them all. We want to achieve all of these goals. And there are like a lot of goals. There are so many goals that I said, let's narrow it down to 10, only 10. And then we ended up narrowing those 10 to 7 because J Hope just released new songs, and we are in the second week of Mona Lisa. Of course, I didn't even doubt it. Like, of course, I was going to have an entire day dedicated to Mona Lisa because this would be just 7 days. It's just a 7 day project. What I was planning to do. Um, so that's why, and also we voted so we can really, really narrow it down. So here are some of the. This is the community post for the second or the first. Yes. So this is a new community post that I released today. This is for day 2. So basically, April 1 was day 1, April 2 is day 2, April 3rd is day 3, and so on. And I released this for day 2, which is focused on running wild. Now, after reading the comments and looking for the reception of day 1, here is what I've noticed. Here are my first impressions. Number 1, baby armies are eager for guidance. Baby armies want to learn. They are very quick to ask and ask what this is about. And yeah, so some people saw the last bullet point, but we'll get there. First of all, I've noticed that, of course, armies want guidance, armies want to learn, armies want to participate, which is awesome because sometimes I see the opposite side. Actually, the majority of what I see online and TikTok mostly is I'm too busy, it's not that big of a deal, I don't want to participate, I listen whatever I want to. I listen to whatever I want to whenever I want to. However, baby armies, there are a lot of armies who really want to participate in projects, but there are so many that I wanted to narrow it down. And so that's the first thing I noticed. The second thing is that most armies want something easy. And this it's about all armies, new armies, everyone wants something. Wants something easy. So I see sometimes people releasing guidelines of guides of how to make your own playlist and do this and don't forget to do that and do your own. Most armies are not going to follow the guide. They want something easy. So me providing a link helped a lot because I saw a lot of people saying, I cannot click the link, so I'm out because um, I'm sorry. Like my voice is really, really gone today. Okay, don't die, Bora. I was fun today. I was fine today. I don't know why I started. I don't know. But anyways, a lot of armies, if you don't give them a link, they're not going to participate. So I noticed that links are easier than telling them don't forget to stream Mona Lisa. Like they're not going to do it. They want something to click on and just do it. That's the second thing I noticed. The third thing I noticed is most armies can only stream for 20 minutes. So it is true that in the comment section I asked for people to write which playlist they were streaming. And there were so many armies, so many. I was actually very surprised to see so many armies click on the 7 hours playlist. So that is mostly for while you sleep or just to put on the background throughout your day. But most armies are busy. Like most armies would say, I don't have time today, so I'm only doing the 20 minutes. So that is something very, very important for me to um, know now. Because most people want armies to focus in all of these songs, on all of these songs, and you have to stream all of them, but also don't forget Happy and don't forget Jack in the Box and don't forget this song and don't forget Winter Ahead. And it's like, it's too much, guys. Armies have 20 minutes. What is 20 minutes? 7 songs. That's it. We have to think like that. 20 minutes is how long it takes me to get ready. Yes. Me too. And I also use a lot of 20-minute playlists, but I use many, so I use one of 20 minutes and then I go to the next one of 20 minutes. And then I go to an album and then I go to the next playlist of 20 minutes. But a lot of armies I've seen that they just want some things that are easy and we should give those easiest steps to them. Not complicated guides and rules, but instead click on this link and just listen to this playlist. And the playlist should be short. Um, I saw a lot of armies who clicked on the 1.5 hours. So that's 1 hour and 30 minutes. Um, but yeah, the majority of armies listen to the 20-minute playlist and the 1 hour and a half playlist. it's true that there are a lot of armies who had the free time to do the 7 hours and the 3 hours, but most of them, honestly, they clicked on the 20 minutes playlist. That is the truth. Another thing is that armies don't read long instructions, especially when I so I posted this on my YouTube's community post because I'm only on YouTube. And I noticed I don't use my Twitter account, like it's closed. It's what's it called? It's private right now because I don't use it. But still, people would say that I cannot, like, what is this about? Like, the Voracity hasn't accepted my what's it called, my request on Twitter. And it's like, there's nothing to do on Twitter. Like, I'm not on Twitter. You don't have to request for anything. You just have to go to the link or to the Spotify account and just listen to the playlist. So yeah, no long instructions, no long guides, links, guys, links. You have to give links. If you really want armies to listen, to do some kind of a streaming party, I've noticed that the most effective way to do it is just giving them a playlist. Like, here, go ahead, like click it and listen to it. Um, so that's the better option. Another thing is that definitely, first of all, I want to clarify this. I was not trying to do a project. On Monday, we were talking about, I prepared to talk about one specific thing. And I talked about that thing. And then I realized that I had free time. So I said, I am going to use this free time for to organize something. I asked, you can go back to that live stream and watch the live stream. I asked, what should we do? I want us to have some kind of organization, but what should we do? A project? Like, what do we do? And then we said a project. Okay, what kind of project? Like, we tried to narrow it down to 10 songs and then to 7 songs. And then I said, okay, so what do we do with these 7 songs? Do we just repeat them? What do we do? And you guys said we should focus on one song for each day. And I said, that is a good idea. And everyone else said, I agree, that is a good idea. So something is always better than nothing. I think so too. Like, I used my free time to have a conversation, and that conversation led to a project that I was not trying to do at all. Like, I just wanted to talk about organization. And that's what happened. So we all agreed that one song per day was the best thing that we could do. So I said, okay, so I'm going to do it starting tomorrow. So that was on Monday. So it started yesterday, the 1st of April, on Tuesday. I saw so many people saying that this entire project is wrong because this is the second week of Mona Lisa and we should focus on Mona Lisa and Sweet Dreams because it just started. And first of all, I don't understand why you would think that I want to sabotage everyone. That I want to sabotage J Hope, that I want to sabotage every single member. I'm an anti of every single member. I asked everyone, what should we do? And we all agreed, like 500 people said that it's okay. And also, I included Mona Lisa in every single playlist. And not only that, but you guys said we should focus on one song each day. So I said, okay, Mona Lisa needs to have its own song, its own day, its own day. So a lot of people would just correct me instead of just, I don't know, guys. Don't listen to them, Bora. This is the internet. People love drama. This is it. We agree with you. Because don't worry, we are going to get to Sweet Dreams and to Mona Lisa. We're going to have actually an entire day dedicated to Mona Lisa, an entire day of the week dedicated to Mona Lisa. And I believe if some new armies or baby armies or any armies who are very, very busy because of this project decide to click on the 20-minute playlist, which is each song is just one time. So I think one stream a day, every single day for an entire week for Mona Lisa is better than none. Because without this project, people would be like, they wouldn't listen to Mona Lisa at all. So that's the other thing. Next, there are too many priorities, and each army has their own. So, of course, there are people saying that no, that we should just focus on Mona Lisa the entire week. Other people said that you're missing this record, that are you crazy that you're missing this other song? Because let's remember, J-Hope has new music, so I'm sorry. 3 out of the 7 days are going to be J-Hope. J-Hope just released music. 3 out of the 7 days will be focused on J-Hope because he released music more recently. Um, so of course, people say that actually I'm focusing on winter ahead because of this. Actually, I'm focusing on who because of this. I'm focusing on this because of this. So, like, it's fine. Like, it's impossible. I wanted to make a very small list of songs. And of course, no questions asked. Mona Lisa and Sweet Dreams are going to be 2 out of the 7 songs. Definitely. There are so many goals out there. So many goals that I said, okay, let's narrow it down. And without cutting the new songs, we have all of these other projects for all of these songs. Let's just have 5 of them because 2 of these songs are new. The other 5 songs, what can they be? And we talked about it. I want to focus on that this is a collaborative effort. Yes. And Mona Lisa, actually, if you stream like the playlist that I'm making, Mona Lisa is there a lot as well. So that's the other thing that I noticed. And finally, I also noticed that organizing projects is a nightmare because, first of all, I did not try to organize anything. It was not my intention. I just had free time and I said what we can do to organize the fandom. And you guys said a lot of different goals. So I said, you know what, let's narrow it down to 7. I actually said let's narrow it down to 10. And then I realized that we should narrow it down to 7. And that's what we did. And of course, 3 days out of the 7 days are going to be for J Hope. And okay, what else? So yeah, whatever. So like I just mentioned, this is just a 7 day project because if I would if I'm sorry, I don't have the time to do this for a long period of time, for like a month or something. But it was very spontaneous. We all talked about it. 500 people talked about it. We did votings and everything. I did polls. Um and I had to include, there was not even a poll for Mona Lisa and Sweet Dreams because that's how sure I was that it was going to be part of the project. Like, so I'm glad that a lot of you guys understand. Um, so of course, April 3rd, we focus, that's tomorrow. We focus on more. April 5th, we focus on Mona Lisa, and April 6th, we focus on Sweet Dreams. However, Mona Lisa is included in everything. Mona Lisa is included in RM's playlist, in Jane's playlist, and Yoongi's playlist, and BTS's playlist, which will be on the 7th. So this continues. The people not helping and not participating are always the loudest at the end of everything. Yes, because that's the other thing. Like the 7 hour playlist are going to be played by the most, not necessarily dedicated armies, but the armies who get it. The armies who are like, I can stream for 7 hours, or the armies who are like, I'm going to go to sleep with the 7 hour playlist. They know a little bit of these projects already. So, of course, they're already streaming Mona Lisa. And Mona Lisa is included along in this a lot of times in the 7 hour playlist, apart from the priority song. Aside from that, this was mostly for not casual armies, but armies who are very, very busy. So most armies listen to the 20-minute playlist, and the 20-minute playlist is just 7 songs. And I believe one stream a day for Mona Lisa is better than none because they are so busy that without this playlist, they wouldn't even listen to it. They are too busy. They are too busy. There are so many armies like this. If you don't want to take part in the project, that's fine, but don't encourage people who do. And I believe that's why um, armies who organize these projects, they just leave. They just never organize on a project again because it is very disencouraging. Very disencouraging. People people are busy. Most of army is over 20 years old. Yeah, so that's what a lot of people say in the comments that like I'm sorry, I'm super busy. Like some people even said I cannot even stream the 20-minute playlist. They cannot even stream the 20-minute playlist. So at least some people are at least streaming Mona Lisa one time a day instead of um the guys, you don't know who is here. Surprise.
Hi, everyone.
My sister. Or a
Yeah.
sister. What are we talking about? About the project.
Hi, everyone.
What are you doing here?
I'm always here at this time. Hi, everyone. I see so many new names. I see Marcos. But I don't know these names. Onion Bitch. Hi, girl.
Celine,
Hi, Celine. I see Level Up.
obviously.
Um,
I don't know, but at the beginning, I was talking like crazy for 2 minutes,
Uh-huh.
and then I realized the mic is off.
You're lying. That's so embarrassing.
Yes, and I was,
I see Yay.
I was saying, hey, can you please, like always, can you write yes if the volume is okay?
And no one
And
was
no-
writing nothing.
Yes, everyone was ignoring me, and I was like, why is everyone ignoring me? And it was because I didn't turn on the microphone.
That's crazy. I see Moonchild. Hi, Mira.
Unicorn pause.
Hi, Unicorn Pub. Oh, I see. Hi. It was too funny. Yeah, period. I love that the subject we were talking, Bora and me, we were talking yesterday about it, and she was telling me all the details and everything that I'm assuming you're talking about right now
About what?
about the topic.
Oh, the topic, the high.
The hype thing.
Yes, the big four.
The big four.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. But yeah, I hope everybody is enjoying the live stream. Oh, wow, I never saw your part of this. Well, let's keep going. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.
So that was my sister. Does someone have the link to these project playlists? So um go to the post of my channel. So go to my channel. You can go on your phone or computer or whatever, and then go to posts. And then it's here. Day 2, we are at day 2. Jin is at the cover. Day 1, RM was at the cover, but we are already at day 2. And then day 3, like I said, tomorrow is going to be J-Hope. And then the day after tomorrow, J-Hope. And then after that, J-Hope as well. So I don't want, like, I'm seriously done with, I'm so done, like, with all the comments. I'm not even going to check anything. Because I didn't tell you about it. My voice have been crazy. I can't really, like, my voice would be gone.
I'm back. So I think that's my fault because today I've been sneezing all day. Like sneezing. It's
Oh,
so
no.
weird. But what happened? Why you say that?
Because, okay, remember that I did the project that was out of nowhere because it started on the stream. I was never intended to do a project. It just happened to be on the stream because I had extra time. I told you that. So people kept saying, we have this goal and this goal and this goal. So I said, okay, let's do 10 and then, okay, let's do 7. So 7 days. 7 days a week. But anyways. And people complained because
probably it has a few flaws.
yeah, because we should focus 7 days a week on Mona Lisa. And it's like Mona Lisa is part of every single playlist.
So you're focusing on the 7 days. Mona Lisa.
Like we not focus, but it is part of the 7 days. And also Mona Lisa has its own day. The entire day we will focus on Mona Lisa. Blue Dimples, please accept my pending follow to you on Twitter. Guys, I'm not using Twitter. Like
yeah, we're
at all.
Yeah. So it's okay. You guys are not missing anything on Twitter. Like nothing's happening on Twitter.
Ricarda, Bora, can you see how many new streams we generated? I'd like to see our impact. So I can see, I'm going to do some calculations of, depending on the comments of people who said, I'm doing the 7 hours, I'm doing the 20 minutes, I'm doing the 1.5 minutes. And I'm going to trust that what everyone is saying is real, because what a lot of people did, I believe, was they saved the playlist, but they didn't actually listen to it. So I'm afraid of including those big numbers of the saved playlist. So I prefer including the numbers of the comments, because if they went out of their way to comment, I believe a little bit more in them.
Like they can count as they did do, like as they did use the playlist.
Yes. So I'm only counting those. But I'm going to share those numbers probably when, like, on Monday.
But who's complaining? The chat?
No, not the chat. The chat is very, very nice. And actually on YouTube, everyone is being very, very nice.
That's what I was surprised. Like YouTube usually is such a nice community. Like,
yeah, it's mostly either solo stands or people who they have such a big bias towards one member who it's just sometimes they don't consider themselves solos, but they have solo like tendencies. Yeah. And it's a little bit sad. Yeah. Because that was not my intention at all. And if you read the long explanation, this was not just my decision. Like we all talked about it because there are so many goals. So, okay, if you really want to focus on so many, then I'm sorry, 3 of these goals are going to be for J-Hope because he is the one who is releasing the most music now. So I'm sorry. Let's debate on the other 4 days and we can narrow it down.
The thing is that also, like, you read the description. If you don't agree with it, then just don't do it. Do your own. That's what I mean, you know?
And also, I explain why I wanted to make this. I wanted to make this mostly for people who have no idea of streaming, like no
Mhm.
idea at all, because there are so many baby armies that, of course, there are armies who already know that they can stream the entire day and do a playlist and all of this. But most armies, like I saw in my comment section of the post,
Mhm.
they say, I don't have time. I'm only streaming the 20 minutes one. And in the
That's
20,
awesome.
yes, and
But that's the point.
that's the point. In the 20 minutes one, Mona Lisa, just like every other song, is one single time. And I
Mhm.
prefer for them to stream Mona Lisa one time a day, that's than 0 days a day. That's 0 times a day.
Exactly. Oh, I just wanted to know. I saw somebody. Yum, 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 yum. Oh my goodness, I lost your comment. I'm so sorry. Oh, here it is, Simone. I definitely didn't comment, but I've been streaming your playlist nonstop. Thank you for making them. Yes, it's okay. We're just saying like for to count the numbers, kind of like we are based on the comments. So you don't have to comment at all. But
Yes.
if you're streaming, like that counts. Like that's what we need, and
Yes,
that's
because
perfect.
sometimes a playlist may say 300 saved or whatever. But what if I'm counting like too much? I prefer being safe and counting the comments, which is a little less than that, than the saved playlist. So actually, if you can comment and you haven't commented, please do so so my numbers are better. You create a list and I will stream. Simple. That's my point. Because also what I've noticed is that some people may go out of their way to say what's the name of the playlist, but the majority of them, or the what's the name of the account, but the majority of them just want a link, um, a very easy step to step link, 20 minutes link, 1 hour link, 3 hours link, 7 hours link. They don't want to do more than that, and that's totally fine. But it's important to know all of this for future projects, um, because I don't care the criticism about the criticism. I'm not giving up, and this is just the first 7 days. And then with the new song by J Hope, I'm sure that I will do. Let's do something crazier because this is just like a um, very easy project, especially now knowing that people only have 20 minutes. So let's let's focus on continuing and also learning because okay, I noticed okay, some people really want to focus on the new songs, and I also wanted that, and that's why the first thing I did was new songs immediately. Like I'm sorry, I know there are 7 members, but focusing on the 7 members when a new member just started releasing music, I don't think that would be fair at the moment. Um, these are new releases, so of course I'm going to have an entire day for the new releases. Of course. Where do you need me to comment? Okay, so okay, another person says, where can I find the links for Bora playlist? Okay, so go to my YouTube channel, either on your phone or your computer or your, I don't know, your iPad, wherever you want to. Just go to my channel and it says home videos live playlist. Go to the last one which says posts. That can be seen on your phone and also here on your computer. It doesn't matter. So go to posts and then you can see here the latest post that I posted is about today's playlist. So here are the links. Here are the links for 20 minutes, the link for 1.5 hours, the link for 3 hours, the link for 7 hours. This is for today. If you streamed yesterday and you didn't comment, you can go to the one day ago. It says on April 1st we focus on Lost, so you can comment on April 1st. I did this playlist. Let's say the 3 hour one. That can help me a lot to see how really big of an impact this is having. Um, just to see how we're doing. Are there filler songs or is it good for regular Spotify? So, more than filler songs, it's just focused on the seven very important songs. And there are some others that are also important and included. So, for example, for a lot of people there are many, many projects out there, so many projects that I just wanted to have like a very, very easy way to achieve them all or as many as we can. So some people want to stream Lost, some other people want to stream Right Place, Wrong Person. So in this playlist, I included, of course, Mona Lisa Sweet Dreams, but also Lost and Right Place, Wrong Person. Today's playlist, which is for Jen, I didn't include Right Place, Wrong Person. I included Happy because there are other streaming parties that are for Happy. So, okay. We included, of course, Mona Lisa and Sweet Dreams because those are the new ones. And the focus is on Running Wild and Happy as well. But Mona Lisa and Sweet Dreams, and actually all the other songs are included as well. Um, I think with Apple Music, you're on the safe side because they are on the honest side of streaming platforms and they also pay the artists more than others. Yeah, so I can't find the original comment that Sunny Eternal Army is responding to. Sunshine Kim. I cannot find the comment. But it's true. If you are streaming from Apple Music, they most likely won't delete the views because you have to pay basically to use Apple Music. But on Spotify, you don't have to pay. You can pay and you can have, it's better to have a premium account. But yes, like a lot of the deleted streams from Spotify are because they come from a free account. Spotify Premium has a student discount, by the way. Yes. But like on Spotify free, then they delete our streams. It's more likely if you don't stream correctly that yes, they will delete. But if you stream correctly, like it's fine. The tricky thing about Spotify free is that they count less than a Spotify premium. So a Spotify premium is like you're streaming extra, even though you're not. Um, but Spotify free counts, especially um, if you have Spotify free. It's better to stream from a computer because you would listen to the full playlist as it is. But from your phone, I believe you cannot. So just stream whatever you can and check on Spotify's um, student discounts and all of that because there are a lot of them. And yes, Spotify also has a family plan. Um, Katie says that they share with friends and split the cost. That helps a lot because between five friends, the Spotify account is not that expensive. I was actually streaming so hard nonstop and I was so proud, but turns out I was doing it incorrectly for so long. I believe that at least you were trying because, okay, so if you were streaming incorrectly, at least you are adding to the unfiltered streams, like at least. But yeah, it's better to stream correctly. What about queuing? I cannot say that word. Queuing, queuing a playlist. Is that filtered out? I queue playlists all the times. I think it's fine. They've been raising the prices slowly for years though. Yes, that's what I hate. That's what I hate because um like on a family plan, I used to pay like a certain amount and then it keeps rising. So, So how do you stream the correct way? No loop. Don't loop the songs, and it, it depends for charting and to not chart. That's why there are so many rules, and it would have to. I would have to create like its own guide. But like I mentioned, what I've noticed during the first day of the of me sharing the playlist is that people don't like instructions. They are not going to read them. I know some people want to read them, um, but it's better for for armies to just click on a link. That's what they want. Celine says in Spotify you can't loop. In Apple Music you can. Yes, because Apple Music they don't really filter because you have to pay. So all the you definitely have to pay for Apple Music. So I believe that is why they count most of the streams. Like the filtering is nothing, but on Spotify the filtering can be a lot if you loop, if you um don't stream correctly, mostly looping. Marcos, but does Apple Music streams count for the project? So I'm doing right now only a Spotify, but I know some people don't have Spotify and they prefer using Apple Music. And unfortunately, I don't have access to Apple Music. So I wouldn't be able to create a project and then do a follow up. Like I wouldn't be able to, even if I share other people's playlists, which I could do, I wouldn't really know how well we did because I would not be the one creating the playlist because I don't have an Apple Music account. So I wouldn't be able to check out the numbers of how we're doing. So for now, just a Spotify. And also this is just I'm just trying to see how it goes. What about YouTube Music? I believe next week we should do something like this, but for YouTube. Because like I said, armies cannot multitask. They want to click on a link and then just do something for 20 minutes. Um, and if I say we have this project for Spotify and this project for YouTube, um, army's energy is going to be a little divided, which is very unfortunate because we should be able to multitask, but that is not the reality. From what I've seen in this project, in my comment section, unfortunately, that is not possible. I mean, it is possible. It is possible because we've done it. Um, but just we need to be a little bit more organized. Monica, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for your links. Are so easy to follow. I did a 1.5 hours yesterday and this morning, and now doing the 7 hours one. Again, gracias. Gracias a ti, Mónica. De verdad. Me hace sentir mejor de que it's definitely like 99% are okay with the project because and I believe I believe it because you voted for it. I'm the host or whatever, but you guys voted for it. You guys chose these songs. You guys decided to make it be one song per day, and I know that it's the majority that are okay with it. It's just that it's always annoying people who want to just even if they disagree, we can talk about it because on Monday we had some disagreements and we were all fine. We were all fine on Monday. Yes, we would disagree and people wanted to vote for something and other people wanted to vote for other. for another thing, but you guys, at least in this comment section, like are so respectful to each other's opinions. But yeah, it's people who were not even in the organization at the time of the organization that want to complain. And I understand, like I said, I disagree with some of my with my old videos. um and that's why I wrote here, armies like correcting, not having conversations, because that is unfortunate. Like, even if you don't like the project and if you disagree and if you think that, okay, maybe we can change it, comment that. I could have easily changed the playlist, which, by the way, I did. I started including Mona Lisa way more times than I did, because it's I can change my mind and you guys can change my mind. You have changed my mind so many times. And with a nice conversation, we can change and we can all be like in this project together. You don't have to insult me. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. We all want the best for the 7 BTS members. It's really not that big of a deal. We're just trying to organize ourselves. And also, yes, being aggressive, I change my mind. Like, if you say I should change the project to something else, I would totally do it, because you guys are guiding this project. I'm doing what you want me to do. That's it. So if you say something reasonable, um, I'm going to believe it, and I'm going to change the structure. And if you want another project, I would also do it. Like, it's fine. Like, come on. So people need to go outside and touch some grass. Yes, because they really believe that this project that is mostly meant for people who are going to end up streaming the 20-minute playlist. They really think that yelling at everyone that we should focus on Mona Lisa for 7 hours. Like, they're not even going to do that. This is for people who have very, very short time, who don't read instructions and who just like clicking on a link, which is the majority. And now I know that, and it's good to know now. It's good to know, because now I know how we're going to do for J Hope's third song. I think the most vocal ones just want to be mad about something. Yes, because even, I'm sorry, but this entire project, I'm going to be completely honest, it benefits J Hope more than anyone else in the group. This project benefits J Hope more than anyone else in the group, but it's still not enough for them. It's still not enough. But like I said, it's annoying, and I understand why so many armies end up quitting organizing. So many army accounts are like, you know what, forget it. I'm not even going to attempt to do anything. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue, and we're going to continue for the next 7 days. And then next week we're going to try to do something else, maybe on YouTube. I don't know. I just want to see how we're doing, how new armies are doing. New armies are all over the place. There are so many projects. We cannot follow all of them. We have to choose. We have to choose 7 songs only, a maximum of 7 songs. And the new songs have the priority, always. Okay, so that is all I have for today. Um, I really found it, aside from the playlist, um, this entire thing with Hybe is really crazy to me because now they're number 4 in the world. It's crazy. It's crazy. And with BTS's comeback, that number is just going to rise even more. It's going to increase even more. I know it. So will you make a video about it? About the first part, yeah, probably. I would probably um just edit this live stream into a video instead of making a new video. Um because I'm working on a video and I'm going to focus on finishing that because it's taking me longer than I expected. But once I have that video, I will probably download this video and edit the video down to a proper video. This live stream into a proper video. Because so many people have asked today, so it's okay. I can do it. The Hype K drama has entered the fourth season. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm going to go now. Thank you everyone so much for being here. Um Remember to check the community posts every single day. Tomorrow is J Hope Day, so please um I'm sharing the links every morning at 7 a.m. ET. So yeah, BTS paved the way. Thank you so much. Twitter gives me a headache. We needed to stand together. Thank you for doing this. For doing this, Bora City. No, thank you. Really. I really did not expect so many people to join. I was genuinely expecting like 100 people to to maybe in between all the playlists. So let's say one playlist has like 20 saves and another like 20 saves. I was really expecting that, but there really is a lot of people. And I'm excited to see how we do once we finish these 7 days. What our numbers are going to be. So yeah, thank you so much everyone. And yeah, don't forget to see my community posts. And I'll see you on Friday with my sister.
Goodbye.
Yes, I'm saying goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
You're going to be here on Friday, right?
Of course.
Amazing.
I'm always here on Friday.
Yes. So see you on
Because
Friday.
anytime I have something on Friday, you make me move it.
But it's exciting because so many things have happened with the concerts and everything.
Yeah, we have to talk.
Yes, we have to talk. Yes.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Take care. See you Friday.
Oh, thank you. Last minute, A19AF00. Thank you so much. No comment, but still, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.